Sorry, just had to get myself up to speed, it seems. But yeah, I'm here for the best part, or for the most part, for the nice part, to stream. Okay, just relax. Trying to pace myself, I guess. Which includes clearing up my desk. And yeah, I'm here now. Bomb Arts Code, thank you for joining the stream, fam. We appreciate you. We've been waiting for you, and we feel happy that you're able to join us. Grateful. But yeah. Just sticking to the script, I am trying to catch up. I recently finished a big-ish commission, and it was challenging to say the least. I mean, it wasn't something I haven't done before, because you know me, I'm not often doing things that I haven't done before, but for some reason it just felt big. But yeah, it's alright. It's done, dusted. It's behind me now. So now I get to focus on the next couple of big things. You know, so that's always good. Such as more Commss, and eventually more I don't even know, man. I'm just being me. Challenging, do tell. Well, as you know, I tend to, you know, have a funny approach to drawing certain things. And this one in particular was a bunch of characters all coming together, about 6, to one final setting. And I had to paint a background that wasn't my usual MO. You know, I needed more detail than I am normally pressed to give. I'm a character artist, plain simple. Like, I draw characters to the best of my ability and as much or in as appropriate detail as needed or as necessary. And that's what I try to excel at, you know. So backgrounds aren't necessarily areas of focus to really improve. But if you consider backgrounds as another character themselves, I guess one can easily overcome the hurdles that come with you know, seeing them as difficult. But I certainly did not in this commission, so you know, it was a challenge. It was a challenge. But thankfully, it's behind us now. It was a massive canvas as well, to say the least, and I had to draw like 6 characters. It was 6 characters with the way I render, with the way I color. You know, it was always going to be a problem to fit them all peacefully on Procreate. So obviously it was a massive canvas. I think I split the canvas into, the final commission was done on about 9 canvases. because each of the characters had their own canvas, because I had to split it that way. So that's 6. Then the background with each of the characters, that was good. So I had to do a separate one for the background and the foreground because the file was so massive in the first place with Procreate that I think I only had 15 layers in total to play with. So I had to split it to do both the background and the foreground, right? Then obviously there was an auras and some effects involved that, looking back, excuse me, noise warning. I regret any cause or damage to your ear, to any eardrums I may have caused in that moment. But yeah, yeah, it happened that way that it got a bit busy. That I completely, got overwhelmed by the sheer size of it. But it's okay, I'm still here, so, it didn't get the best of me. Didn't knock me all the way down. The pain of working on Procreate, indeed, that is in fact the pain of working on Procreate. But it's not going to stop me from, doing what I can to keep using it. And it's in fact not pushing me to pick up anything else. Will you believe there was a time that I absolutely did not want to use Procreate? I was just like, nah, man, I can't get into that dark shit, because it was so like edgy and cool and everybody was using it. But now that I use it, it just feels like nobody else is using it, which is kind of weird. I just it feels weird to me. Before I got it, it felt like everyone else was using it. Before I got it, it just felt like everyone else was using Procreate. Then I get Procreate and it feels like no one else is like really using it. Not to knock those I know that use it and use it really well. But yeah, I'm just saying that as well. It just feels like most material or people that share their workflows or work processes, it's either Photoshop or CSP, and it's like it's insane how the world just shifts. Yes, stream time. Yay! Glasses are still a no-no. They are unfortunately still a no-no. Haven't taken time out to properly look for them. So as far as I'm concerned, it's still a no-go. Autodesk Demon, yeah. I really loved Autodesk because before becoming a digital artist, I think I was watching a lot of artists that worked with Autodesk, so I was just like, yeah, if I do get an iPad or a Wacom or whatever, I'd use Autodesk as well. But here we are, me just taking the basic bitch way out and using Procreate. But look how fun it is, right? Look how fun it is. I'm just free flowing all the way through. Free flowing all the way through. I'm just free flowing all the way through. So it serves its purpose. It's good. It's good. It's good. What the bomb arts. Again, thanks as well for the follow. Appreciate you. Going closer to that 750 goal. Just got to keep streaming at good times so a lot more people can join. But you know me, I'm like swimming in reverse. Like I know the best time to stream, and that's usually when I'm not streaming. You know, for me, that's the best time to grind. You know, that's the best time to grind. Just get work out the way. So when I'm doing my best pieces, I'm usually not streaming, which kind of sucks, I guess. But it's still just me. You know, it's still just me. If it was more than me, sure, this could be a different. This could be an entirely different picture. If it was more than me, it'd be an entirely different picture, but it's still just me, so. There's only so much that can happen at any one time. But yeah. Not to say that I'm alone, you know, I am married. So when I say it's still just me, you know, I'm just insinuating that on the DAF side of things, it's just me handling the working, posting, and just content creation, because you know, after all, I am married now, just recently. It's not super recent, but it's not so far away that I can't mention it as a recent development, you know, because I am, in case you were wondering, married. So, you know, when I say it's just me, I'm obviously not discrediting the existence of my now wife, you know. So if you had the idea that I was, you know, single when I said it was just me, like, I'm just bumping that thought, just correcting that thought to let you know, as I reiterate once more, that I'm married. Yeah, 26 no less. I mean, I got married at 25. I'm 26 now, but you know, it's still, yeah. Yeah. Coming in relationship dubs. Yeah, that's a dub in my book. Wife says congrats. Thank you, Ezra. Urzo with the typo. But yeah, thanks. And tell her I said thank you as well. You know, it's especially nice that the stream fam is good with it. You know, you guys are cool with it. Appreciate you guys. You know, it's a journey. You know, those lonely nights where it was just me in the stream, and you guys, just me. But like now, it's not just me anymore. Not that she's here; she's not here. Oh, I just want to point out that whenever I do mention the marriage, I'm not under duress or at gunpoint or, you know, contractually obligated to mention it, because I am married, but I'm not being pressured or anything to emphasize it. I just want to clear that out the window as well. Yeah, just me and the spider. Yeah, those are the days. DJ talking about, you see that when he stabbed himself in the foot, and that will never not be funny. He was like, oh, reminds me of the time I stabbed myself in the foot. I'm like, how do you, my God, Hey, Dummy Durs with the gift sub. We do be happy. We do be happy. The stream, in fact, is crashing because of how happy we are. It's like it was a hype explosion because of how happy we got because of the gift sub. Appreciate you, Dummy Durs. You make us happy. That's a lot of gift subs. For that, in fact, I'm in a good mood. For that, I'm in a good mood. Dummy Durs. You can suggest one thing you want me to sketch this stream. Tell me one thing you want me to sketch. Just for you alone, because you caught me at a good time. You caught me at a good time and I'm feeling good. So one thing you'd like to see me sketch. If it's within my power, I shall do it. If it's not, I'll do it at another time. But Dummy Durs, for the gift sub, that you get yourself a sketch. Because I think I was just getting this to the first stage shading level. I think I just want to get this to first stage shading so I can push it back. Because, you know, I work in comms. It takes me 60 days to finish a commission. If I see myself about to finish it in like 20 days, I stop. I immediately stop myself and just be like, I'm gonna come back to it. Dummy Durs with the honorary oh my god, he took the high road. He just high roaded. He took the high road and absolutely got me gobsmacked. I cannot believe it. You know what? I appreciate that, Dummy Durs. Appreciate you. What I will do then is, what am I gonna do? I will show the commission I was referring to. That was a lot on my mental. I'll just give us a walkthrough on that, and then go back to working on existing comms. But I gotta do something. I'm in a good mood, so thank you, Dummy Durs, once again for the gift sub. And I believe the person who claimed or who was able to get that gift sub was CG. So GG CG, got yourself that gift sub, courtesy of Dummy Durs. So on behalf of the stream fam, we say thank you. Thank you, thank you. And poggers, it's poggers. All the way, poggers, we pogged up. So we can't pog no more. Poggers. Okay, so I think I could do some more over here. Doesn't have to be simple, doesn't have to be straightforward. I can make this look a bit, you know, more informed. Let's see. All right. Yeah, this is cool enough for me. Okay, so we are going to the safety zone. So because of some NDAs, I'm gonna have to transition real quick, get us into the safe space, and come back with it So yeah, this was it. A comm for the boy. So I realized that this is actually super zoomed in, so I'm gonna have to handle that so it's not all the way zoomed in, because it's scary that it's zoomed all that way in. Alright, so this is the comm. So all this was back in September comms from last year. You know, I guess we could look back at the comms I did in that time. This was a nice one. I think I did some of this on stream, which was cool. As always, this one, you know, the legendary. This was a nice one I did for Cherry. Always a player. This is the one I did for Shane, my man. He was cool enough to get a print as well, so it was nice to get this print over to him. You know, I mean, always a pleasure to cook in the kitchen with the boy. So CG with the dubs. Once more, this is always nice to work with, you know, there's characters. These are, this one in particular was really nice. And now that I think about it, I'd approach it a different way, just because, you know, if I were to do this again, I'd change one or two things about it, but it's cool. This one was nice as well. I think I did some of this on stream as well, but, you know, as always, it's fun to revisit, you know, it's pretty cool. I've seen some people then make these Chi-Chis using this outfit, which is always nice, you know. They do, when you can inspire others. To be honest, it could also be coincidence. I'm not gonna take full credit. I'm just gonna mention that I did notice a couple people, you know, doing that. And this finally was the piece I was talking about. This was a massive effort on my part. You know, I could break it down and explore with you guys some other time. But right now, Exro got me. He saved up. I could tell you right now. You look at this. Those who are seasoned at commissioning me know that this was a pretty penny. This was a pretty penny. And he saved up. Like, I haven't done a comm for Extra, and I think in 2 years. In 2 years, he laid off comms, and, you know, he just got at me and was like, now is the time. We are doing this shit. And I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. And here we are. Oh, Dummy Durs with the overload on subs. Look at that, super gift subs. Oh my goodness, he is. Let's give a shout out to Dummy Durs. Like, massive shout out to Dummy Dubs. I'm gonna call you Dummy Dubs now. The sub bomb, that's a good one. Oh my goodness, the sub bomb. That's gotta be a duel. I'm gonna make an emote called the sub bomb for Dummy Durs. Whenever someone that uses the gift sub, I'm gonna use the sub bomb emote. That's what I'm gonna do. If you want me to keep working on comms, I'm gonna keep working on comms, but I'm gonna make an emote for that, because Dummy Durs is actually, you know, been holding it down with the gift subs. This isn't his first gift sub, you know. This isn't his first gift sub. He's given 12 gift subs to this channel. 12 people have gotten a month of emotes, a month of access to VODs, thanks to Dummy Durs, you know, keeping the stream alive. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. And, man, God bless you. That's the ultimate. I'm a drop for you. God bless you. That's the ultimate. I'm a drop. But yeah, this was a massive comm. So this one has the final flares and all that. No, this one is just the layout. This is when I added the flares, and this is when I, you know, painted the background. I had to paint the background out individually. Then this is the character in the back. the big guy, the side guy, the flying guy, the flying girl, and the main man himself, X-Ro. And it was fun to work on. I did this one for Sarita. This was a gift as well for Sarita, but you know how these gifts work out. I do it for someone else, and I did. I think for X-Rose, I think I put. It ended up being like 35 hours, which I guess in the grand scheme of things doesn't feel like a long time, 35 hours, but that's shoddy math. It could have well been over 40 hours, but Procreate said I spent like 45 hours, 35 hours, but it could have been 40. It could have been 40. Dummy Durs, just want to help you out and support you since you're one of my favorite artists. Hope you can be as good as you one day. You know what? The more the support, the sooner I could get to opening a school. That's what I want to do. In fact, I'm looking to do like a seminar in London. You know, there's a place I'm looking at in London that I'd like to just go in someday. I'm gonna start advertising, I think in April or whatever. That it's gonna be a seminar. It's gonna be a short thing. I'm just saying seminar so it like gets more news. It's unfortunately not gonna be streamed. It's gonna be live, so it's the people that can come in with their iPads, and I'll do some tutorials, do some things there, and if that goes well, obviously, I'll do another one next month or later in the month or later in the year. And if that keeps growing as well, that keeps expanding, I'm going to take it online, get more people enrolled, and eventually, hopefully, start doing it for real, This was also a big one in September. And also, this officially means I'm done with September's Commss. Which is always good news, right? Always good news. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. My Procreate. What? What's happening? Honey? It's not even... It's my whole iPad. Wow. Wow. It was literally too much. There we go. Anyway. This was a big one as well for Trey. I had to do the balls first. When you start from the balls and you have to work your way up. I did all the balls first. I drew each ball, individually. Then worked my way up to the dragon. I started from the balls, went all the way up to the dragon. It came out well. I can say it came out well. I did all the balls, all 9 in total, that you can see in this piece. All 9 of them. And went, all the way to the dragon at the end. And it was cool. Like, with the character and everything. Trey's always fun to work with anyway. And, it was nice. So I also, likewise, I had to split up the canvas into, different things. Different canvases because it was a massive canvas in the first place. So unfortunately, as you can see, I did more of the characters. Like I did all the way to his legs, all the way to his thighs or whatever. But because of the final one, the dragon wraps around them, you can't see that. Yeah, you can't see that. So fortunately, if you commission me, you can always get something that no one else gets in your face NFTs. Anyway, when you get a commission, you can always get extras that other people don't, which is always fun, right? Oh, I forgot I did this. How about that? Yeah, I also did this that month, but I think this was a fast track. Yeah, that's why I didn't remember. As soon as I got it, he got a fast track, so I did it like that same day. Was it a what kind of fast track was it? I don't think it was a week fast track. It wasn't a 1 day one. surely I'd remember if it was a 1 day fast track because I'd have been paid that much. But nah, this was a 1 week one. And the background was cool, you know. In fact, dare I say it, I had more fun with the background than with the character. Dare I say it. And of course, as you can see, the one I posted eventually was more covered up with the thighs, but the one that, you know, they requested, the original design of the character had their legs, you know, open as part of the design of the character. So as I said again, you know, obviously the person that gets the commission always gets more than the end viewers. So there's always that to appreciate. So yeah. So that's the end of the tour for now. I'm going back to full proper work. To full proper work. So I gotta look at my list. What I gotta do today. I'm not doing that today. So I gotta do this one for... Ah, crap. He said I should always... Alright, I gotta tell someone... And then I gotta move to it because... I guess I could take my time because of, as well, I'm waiting to confirm something. So I'm gonna show you another blast to the past. This is another one. As you can see from July, I still have a commission from July, but mind you not, do not be afraid. Do not be worried. This is, it's an agreement that I have with the client, Trey. As I mentioned, the one, you know, with the Dragon Balls and the dragon and the Namekian. Yeah, so he got that comm in September, and you know, he's got other comms throughout the year. So the ones in July just kind of took a back seat while I finished up those ones. So now we've both decided it's time to go back in time and just leave no stone unturned. But as I said, I'm gonna look through the work I did. Oh, this one was painful. P. Nordicus, welcome to the stream. Glad you could be here. Glad to see you. It's always nice. When P. Nordicus joins, we love to see it. Always. Shout out to P. Nordicus. He working hard and doing the art stuff as well. Cool artist. Give him a follow. Give him a check out. Give him a bit of love when you can. Awesome dude. Anyway. So this was fun to do, and I unfortunately butched this up. This black part was me not filling it up, and I finished it that way, which was kind of sad when I posted it. Obviously, I went back to check on it to fix it up, but that just sticks out like a sore thumb to me whenever I go back to look at this. Sad. I did some logos for CG. These are the ones we decided on, but we did workshop a bunch of logos for his Saiyan factions. Always good. Yeah, these are the other logos we workshopped. These are not to be. And I did, like I said, for Trey as well. You know, this was for his characters. Did a bunch of sheets for him. And yeah, we had to, as part of the character create, you know, so like likewise, we allow, if you pay for design help in the commissions, oh wow, look at me breaking down commissions as well. If you pay for design help with your commission, we can workshop elements of your character's look or design. So this was for a new outfit for his characters. And we kind of worked both ways for him. That's a lot of layers. Yeah, we did like for the base as well. We did a couple of designs as well, but we eventually settled on this one, I think. Yeah, this is the one we settled on, as you can see back there. But yeah, we workshop, you know, where we are able to think about different looks and all that. But yeah, that was fun as well. But yeah, just continuing. Did one. Oh yeah, that's all right. Did one for Vel as well. This one was really nice. A lot of people like this one, which was good. I'm always happy when more people, you know, like a piece. You know, I'm happy if the person that bought it likes it, but like when other people like it as well. I mean, that's always good news. I always say that's always good news. It's always good news. It's welcome news. So that happened. There's a nice color tone. Yeah, it's good. They're both their powers match their outfits. So that's always nice to have as well. And again, like I said, you know, the final isn't always what meets the eye. The final is just what people see. But the client, the client always gets special variations, right? See that? There he gets her in all her prime, primo content. Him in all his glory as well. And yeah, there's some more versions than, you know, people get at the end, so that's always nice. That's always nice. That's always nice. And I think I did this one as well, which is cool. I didn't get to do that. This was a good one. It was a bit, I wouldn't lie, wrapping my head around this one was a bit of a thing. I think I like the finish better than the thing itself. Not that there's anything wrong with the idea, you know, I love creative ideas. This is a creative, you know, type of shot. You know, the character itself, like I said earlier, I'm a character artist, so I love character designs that are, you know, interesting, out there, and all that. This is definitely interesting and out there. Ah, shit. Again, just dies on me. Holy shit, that wasn't me. Sorry, I'd already transitioned before I realized what was happening. That was OBS doing its own thing. But yeah, that's the piece once more. And then have I just crashed my iPad? Oh, it's off again. It's almost embarrassing. iPad, work with me. Okay, I guess I'm just meant to draw from now on. Like I should stop the tour. Or whatever this is trying to tell me. I should just get back to work. So I think I'm just gonna take my iPad advice and go back to work. So yeah. This is what we're cooking tonight. Or at least steps forward in this one. I'm gonna try to take steps forward here. Get rid of that scary front block. Now, you let me know if you cannot hear me or if the music is louder, so I could adjust it or whatever. But for now, yeah, we're cooking in the lab this piece. I'm gonna try and make the most of my creative skill set and bring it to life. As you see, many of the pictures on the right in the slideshow, I've done this a gazillion times. So I just gotta do it once more. To a certain degree. Right? what's my light source gonna be? Let's do that first of all. I'm gonna make it this way. It's a backlight, right? So why even bother with? Why even bother with it? Well, why not bother with it, right? That's just what I'm gonna throw back at you. But as always, we're using the reddish gray, and we're gonna go with the chunks method once more because there is a lot to work with here. There's a lot going on here. So I'm gonna have to shade in chunks. Shade in chunks. That's the word I was looking for. Shade in chunks. So let's shade in chunks. Let's see. Got to go. All right. Thank you so much, DJ. Appreciate you always. Appreciate you always. The chief commissioner himself. Commissioner. I like that. You be easy, alright? You take care of yourself. Don't be a stranger. Always look both ways before crossing any streets. And all that. You take care of yourself, alright? Be easy. Sub bomb. I gotta make that. I gotta add a reminder of that somewhere. I don't want to forget that. I have to do that. Okay, chunks. That doesn't work that way because the light is over here, shining this way. So let's rework that shadow. Where did that come from? I feel that I want to do more art like yours, very dynamic and stuff, but I think for me it's a skill issue instead of a program issue. Huh. Well, one of the things I'd say is, and don't take this the wrong way, I will explain in just a very brief moment. One of the things I'd say is it might be a mental issue. Again, I say do not take this the wrong way. When I say it might be a mental issue, I will expand. In my case, I look at, I spend a lot of time, just assessing, I use the word assessing as well very loosely, but, just generally looking at the work of my peers, or for the sake of being up to date, my mutuals, and the work they put out, and especially the ones that go more dynamic. And I feel, one of the things I've, come to notice is you can either have fun with it or really be a stickler and like stick to the general rules and try and be as prompt or as rigid as possible. Yeah, so I'll give, in simple terms, you can either go for quality or quantity. Take, for example, something like Attack on Titan. Yeah, let's use Attack on Titan. because I'm watching that for now. The anime is one of the most beautifully created animes out there right now, right? It's super detailed, it's super fine, it's super great, it's super amazing, you know, and they're doing great to make it long. And anyone that sees it, be it a typical anime fan or someone that's just passing by, they're gonna say it's beautiful because it's, you know, it looks beautiful, you know. And the people that enjoy it are more likely going to be the people that, you know, understand it, appreciate the beauty, appreciate the story, can appreciate multiple elements of it. Now you look at Dragon Ball, right? It's your typical anime. It's not necessarily, you know, hit with stunning visuals and, you know, amazing scenery or amazing, you know, top of the line, you know, detail and all that. It's pretty simple, you know, pretty basic when you compare it to, you know, the animation of Attack on Titan. But, you know, that has fans everywhere. Like you're gonna have people that like it because it's very dynamic, it's very fast paced, it's very this and that, you know. And when I think about things that way and I look at art, I told myself, compared to my mutuals, I guess I do put a lot of effort into detail, you know? And when I put that much effort into detail, I try my best to be accurate. You know, I try to make sure that what I'm drawing is, you know, physically, visually, and you know, absolutely accurate. If it's the anatomy, or if it's the color balancing, or if it's the, you know, different elements of the thing, you know, it locks me in a rigid mindset. I start prioritizing, you know, accuracy. And, you know, sometimes if you want to be absolutely accurate, you're going to go for what you know. You know, for example, I know how to draw arms. You have your shoulders, you have your triceps, you have your biceps, you have some other muscles in between. Then you have your elbows, forearms, arms, wrist, and then your hand and the fist. I'm gonna make it a fist for the point I'm making. Right? And based on the law, someone looking at this from afar would be like, yeah, okay, you know what, when you take a ruler to it, the shoulder is about this many centimeters compared to this many, you know, centimeters compared to this many centimeters. Like when you look at the anatomy book, someone's going to tell you, oh, the length of your shoe or the length of your foot is the length of your forearm. So you have to make sure that, you know, that's accurate, first of all. You know, if you want to say you're doing art, then the length of your bicep, it's about like a textbook. You know, you're making sure that, okay, I'm sticking to the rules, right? I'm sticking to the rules. The best way to stick to the rules is to go straight. Well, someone that wants to have fun, they want to draw an arm, they're going to say, okay, this fist is coming to me. And they just go for it, right? Like, it'd be like, okay, this is the hand, you know, not cool. So the forearm goes this way, with the elbow here, and the shoulder is here, and the arm is this way. The bicep, tricep, and shoulder, right? And when the arm is looking at you from that angle, you know, you then fill it in. And be like, okay, this person is standing, you know, in a way that their upper body is up here, you know, and it already looks more dynamic because the person has chosen a fun angle. You know, they're willing to not care too much about the, you know, textbook approach. They're not thinking too much about the textbook approach. They're just like, I'm just having fun, you know. Surely, if you brought a measuring tape, you're not gonna be like, oh, is this accurate? Is this accurate? No, sometimes mentally you just have to tell yourself you're not willing to play by the rules anymore. It's more important to pass a message along, which is this is what this character is doing or this is what this character looks like, than just sticking to the rules. And at a point in time, I think I mentally had to do that. And obviously, it's not, as someone who has just personally gone through the route of working on commissions and doing that alone, I couldn't afford to play or experiment as much as I'd like to, because now it's my job now. I didn't do this to feed myself and feed I'm married, by the way, feed my family. So I can't afford to take my eyes off the ball. So when I do want to practice, I got to do it really fast. So sometimes when I do fan art or daily art, or not daily, like the weekly supersonics, or the time I was exploring Ben 10, I was being super dynamic with those. See the upgrade on the right, or the accelerate on the right. I was absolutely breaking free from whatever conditioning I put on my head back then. I just decided that I wasn't gonna let that, the rigid approach that I took with my commissions, because obviously people are paying, people want that quality. So the usual way I give that quality is by being, super precise and super neat. I decided to, take my mind off of that mindset and have fun with it. And when I did that, I was able to pick up one or two things, practice one or two things, get comfortable with one or two things, and that allowed me to get more confident with dynamic stuff. Then slowly, gradually, I just started bringing that to my commissions, and it works out for the best. So I think mentally is also a hurdle you just have to overcome. I want to have fun, but when you try to be accurate or try to be, sticking to the rules, you just gotta want to have fun first. Just break free and take a deep breath and just, escape from the mental cage. I understand what you're saying. You don't have the fundamentals down, even though I can create okay art. You don't have enough skills, especially like yours. Yeah, like with any skills, they're, they grow based on practice, based on time, effort, and energy. So yeah, so if it's about the skills, pick a school, or pick a school, train of thought, or school of thought, and just really try and emulate it until it becomes something you're able to do. Like we look at the likes of Kakarot, look at the likes of Naruto, look at the likes of these anime characters we've learned to love. They take a lot of time to practice. They train. If they want to do something new, they don't just do an ass pull, even though a lot of them do. Mostly with transformations, but the skills themselves, you see them putting a lot of time in training and just making sure they're trying to perfect it before they let it out. So I think there's no there's no replacement for good old-fashioned training. So yeah, just take time to yeah, pick a thing you want to study and just crack at it. Give it several cracks. I learn a lot by observing as well as listening. So the other day I just picked up I just turned on my YouTube and just found a tutorial on lighting, and I just played it. Like, lighting is something I've been teaching myself through observation of both real life and other people's artwork. But I figured, why not just play something in the background while I was working. And, I picked up a couple of things as well that allowed me to understand more of what I was doing. And it helped. There's things that I'm now going to try next time I'm working on lighting for a character. So there's that to look forward to. So you just never stop learning. Recently I haven't had my head screwed in. I lost my motivation to do art. It's hard. That motivation, she's a cruel mistress. Like, she's very selfish with your attention. Like, if you give your attention to something else, she just buggers off. So it's unfortunate that art is one of the really demanding passions. It's a really demanding passion. If you take your mind off, or if you take your eyes off it, it can be like, it just takes what it can with it. It's like, if you're not giving to me, I'm not giving to you. But obviously, you're not sensing this on your own. So yeah, it happens. But yeah, I feel like as soon as you plug yourself back in, you find yourself having fun with it again. So don't lose heart. There was a time for myself I was drawing, and the time I just took off from drawing, I think I had the time I really lost motivation to draw was when I failed in art, got a D, in art, and that sucked. It sucked because that was the time I was drawing to prove something to myself, to my peers, to my family, that I'm good. And when I got, I didn't pass that exam, it was a slap in the face, and I just felt like art betrayed me. So I didn't draw for about 2 years. That's a perfect time for a time skip. And I came back to art better than ever, because I just picked up sketching again because I was a bit bored, and it was one of the only things I could confidently say took my mind off things. Sure, I played video games, I watched movies, picked up some series, but for sure arting was my first love and only love. I gotta retcon that statement because obviously I'm married, so it's not my only love. But yeah, Daph, what's your canvas dimensions? This one is... Oh crap, I didn't resize it. Oh my god. Okay, so this is 2,686 pixels by 3,278 pixels. I hope you got that in mind because I'm not repeating it. But yeah, this is not my usual working space. It's usually much bigger. But yeah, give me a sec. I just gotta get the door. Something fell over. It happens. Things fall over, you pick them up. But yeah, this is not my usual canvas sites, but you know how it is. It's cool. It's nice. And it moves. Oh. Well, yeah, I have said a lot about me. Yes, it's worth checking in on you guys as well, so it's not like it's totally one-sided. I hope you guys are well. Hope things are going well in all of you guys' lives. If you're safe, if it's safe for you to share, why don't you tell me where you guys are watching from? Whereabouts are you? What time is it? What's the weather like? Is it cool? What kind of day is it? Is it nice? Is it sunny? Is it cold? Is it windy? How's the weekend been for you? It's a nice Saturday for me. It's great weather. I'm home, it's windy, and it's 7 p.m. Damn. It's snowing in March. It's a warm, lazy Saturday here in Cali. Wow. It's amazing. I think I was saying to myself what I was saying earlier. It's 11 p.m. I've just been outside, so it's kind of wet. Not that it rained, but it's just there's a lot of moisture in the air. And it's night time. It's good weather though. It's good weather, so it's good weather. It's good weather. It's really good. And yeah, not much else to say other than that. It's good weather. But yeah, it's interesting. Cali, alright. Snowing in March. Whereabouts is that? If you're okay to say. If you don't reply, I'm just taking it's not okay to say where you are. It will be interesting to see. Ohio. Oh, wow. And New York. Cesar Javier with the Ola. Ola. Holla, as I say. Hey, Caesar, Javier. Welcome, and hello to you too. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Hope you're just, absolutely fine. Thank you for commenting on the stream of streams, stream of dreams, stream of things are not quite what they seem. So what else is going on? The chaos state. Sure is referring to the Ohio conversation. Anyway, gotta get this sorted. I'm looking at the top right illustration and all that is done in Procreate. I think I just need to increase my game when I come back. Yeah, it's all done in Procreate. Yeah, they're all my artwork of recent, I guess in the past 4 years, have been on Procreate, which is super cool. And they all go about in the same way this one is going about, so yeah, it's pretty much, I pretty much have a way of going about it, as you can observe now. You can add features to Procreate. What would you add? Ooh, that's a good one. I think I would totally add a smarter selection process. I'd add, to be honest, I haven't fully used all the features, but I think I would, because I know you could use your keyboard with Procreate, and that might help speed up the process a bit more. But yeah, for now, as someone who'd rather do things like super fast, super quick, right now I think when I use Procreate, I use just one hand, which is the hand I'm using to draw at all times. So like I'm moving the canvas, I'm drawing, and checking my layers, scrolling, checking my pens, scrolling, and come to this side, tap things on this side, increase the size of my brush. What size was it? I don't remember. Opacity, does all this. I'm just using the one hand, you know, but if there was a way to like quickly access gestures, I'd really appreciate that. Oh, that's weird. I've never noticed that before. Like the oh wait, it wasn't a thing. It was just my thing being weird. Okay. It wasn't a thing. Never mind. Ooh. Welcome back. Thank you for the welcome. Tried using CSP, and honestly, my workflow is so much faster in Procreate. Yeah, it do be that way, but yeah. Just to answer your question, it will be more gestures, like super fast gestures. That's one of the things I appreciated about Autodesk. Yeah, I gotta type something real quick. Just give me a sec. Alright, so yeah, just quick gestures, like for example, like if there was like a little, in Autodesk, there was this little dot that followed you around, and you could swipe left on the dot and you could do things, swipe right on the dot and it does things, swipe up on the dot and it does things, and swipe left on the dot and you swipe down on the dot and it does things. Swipe down on the dot, that's, say that 10 times fast, swipe down on the dot. Anyway, swipe down on the dot and it does other things as well. So like there was always that thing that made me feel much faster in Autodesk. And I feel if I could, you know, work with that same authority in Procreate. I mean, I'm pretty fast still with Procreate, but like if I could be even faster, I'd always appreciate that. And I think there's things like that you can do on Procreate that I couldn't do on Autodesk that also made me switch, such as the blurs and other things. So I think as the need arises, when the need arises, I would be able to switch up. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know. One of the few things that I wanted to use or benefit on CSP was making comics. There was the time that I was working with X on Xavier's Chronicles. And I was still using Procreate for that, but I was creating the panels on CSP. And I felt like, oh man, if Procreate is trying to help with animations, but I think the animations that you can do on Procreate are still pretty basic. It's still a pretty basic animation setup. Pretty basic. Not that people can't do amazing things. I've seen some pretty amazing animations done on Procreate, so yeah, they're still that. But yeah, I feel it's still pretty basic. So if they stop focusing on animation and just keep Procreate as the illustration tool that it is, yeah, I think they do a whole lot better with that. So instead of focusing or trying to do stuff for animation, they should just do more things that make illustration fun. For example, rulers, guidelines. I'm not sure if they have that feature. Let me check before I, absolutely throw it off. Reference, no. Drawing guide. Okay, they have this, but it's not the same. Page assist. This is still for animation, right? Yeah, it's still for animation. Preferences. Maybe they got gesture controls, size and opacity toolbar. No, I need that. Pressure and smoothing. Yeah. Help. You can get. Okay, they're trying to do stuff with 3D modeling, but I feel like they should just stick to illustration, to be honest. CSP's goated, that it is. I hope they continue with more illustration than animation. I don't think they can compete with something like CSP. It's crazy with models and posing, even auto shading. You see that? Yeah, Procreate, if they just stick to making animation work, illustration work for them, they might be able to just carve out that more of an audience for themselves. So just purely focused on illustration, they should make something that helps with comics. Like a comic assist tool, instead of animation assist or instead of 3D modeling assistant. Like, more effort can be given to other, illustration, things that help with illustration. But that's just off the top of my head. It's still a pretty great app, I don't think I'll have anything negative to say about, what I enjoy about it. Oops. Oh, that's thick. Anyway, so I'm just trying to slim that down. Get this out of the shadows to justify some of that. Yeah, I wish they would have more layers and not be so limited, and more layer types, because CSP has lots more. Also compatibility with brushes stuff. Yeah, you see? It needs to know, really know what it is. Is it an art? If it's an art tool, then sure, they're gonna keep growing. But if it's an illustration tool, if it's an art tool, if Procreate wants to consider itself an art, app, then completely, for sure, they can keep developing and getting better at adding more features to compete with, Photoshop and CSP, but if they really just bunker down, or really sit down and say, yo, we want to be an illustration app, we're just going to focus on things that help with illustration, not just art in general, then absolutely, I think they can. There's so many more rooms they can stand to benefit from just being more focused on that side of what they do. Just be more focused on the illustration side of what they do. There's so many more ways they could just elevate themselves. How much storage does Procreate take on your iPad? How much space do you have? I think I have the 1 TB one. I think when I was buying it, I just went big on space. I just took, they said it was the biggest space they could give me for the iPad at the time. So I think it was 1 terabyte. So right now, it's probably taking about, I don't know, 300, 500 gigabytes. It's probably taking about, yeah, it would be 300 to 500 gigabytes. I know that's 200 gigabytes is a leap, but I'm just saying. Oh, he just came back with food. Oh man, I feel bad now. I feel horrible because when I don't stream at regular times, and at the same time I stream for very short times. That's why sometimes people will be like, does Daff even stream? Does Daff even stream? That I do, but I stream at the most irregular times and for the shortest of times. So you can get where I'm going with this. You can pretty much get where I'm going with this. Streams ending somewhat soon. Gotta be in church early, so still got about 30 minutes. So we'll see where that goes. But I do appreciate that you got the food out to sit and watch for a while. But it's gonna be good. I mean, you're gonna eat for 30 minutes, right? I mean, you're not gonna eat for like hours. So it's gonna be like a nice episode of something fun. Daff is totally the youth pastor. What? What? The youth pastor? What? Me? What? Ain't no way. I don't give youth pastor vibes. No way. What? What? Nah, I'm not kidding. Although I guess I could teach people, you know, but I'm more on the media side. I'm an artist, so I stick to my strengths. So I'm just the guy that's behind the chair, make sure the mics are working, make sure the projector's working and all that, make sure that everyone's all set with the sound. And yeah, I'm more in the technical crew. Yeah, I'm more technical. Oh, you do what I used to do. Oh yeah, you see that? If I'm artsy, do what I can. Tech support. Yeah, I mean, I do be the tech guy, you see? If you're streaming, streaming ain't easy. You gotta know your tech. And that I do. So some progress has been made here. And that is as much as I wanted to do here. Can I get an amen? Sure you can. Amen, brother. So I'm gonna just grab this as a shot as well. I'm gonna save that. Then do that. And what else are we doing? I got another piece to take to shades, so I think I'll just do that. As well. So this is another comm that I seem to be zooming through. I'm gonna slow my roll a bit and just get this to shades. We can call it a darn good day. So like with this one, you see there's an aura around him, so the light is I'm gonna go with the traditional route that Dragon Ball uses and get the light source, kind of downward coming or upward facing. It's pretty much from down upward, so that's just the way I'm gonna choose to go for this one. So I'm just gonna establish that for now. And just work that way. So this is a pretty chill face. It's pretty chill. It's not that intense, so I'm not gonna go absolutely crazy on the details. So as you can see, this is just making the most of your time by, working on multiple projects at once. This is how I do it. People wonder, how does he do it? This is how I do it. I just chip away at it, bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit by bit by bit, and before you know it, I've done enough to rest. Just chip away at it, bit by bit. And before you know it, it's all done. Which is what I did for X-Rose piece, by the way. We saw that, we toured that X-Rose piece since September. I just chipped away at it bit by bit till I was done. So like you see, for most of this is what a typical work day for me is like. I'm just running through comms. I just do a bit here, a bit there. So sometimes for weeks it could be quiet. Then all of a sudden, I'm just posting back-to-back comms, but that's just the virtue of me, working on all these comms at the same time. It's quiet, then one day I could just finish 3 at the same time because, I've been working on them. And then one day it's just, super straightforward. One day it's just long. And that way, I'm not like hit with several big ones back to back. Like, I don't just do one huge one and do another huge one. There's one I'm doing that's it's not huge, but if I can get this to the next level, I'll show you what that one is. It's one of the more detailed ones. It's detail oriented. So it's not big because of the amount of, things going on in there. It's not like it's just 2 characters, but they are, characters with a good level of detail. You'll see when I show you what I mean. That'll be the last thing I do. But yeah, it's Saturday. It's Saturday night. What are you guys' plans? Like, what you guys got planned for your Saturdays, your respective Saturdays? What are you guys up to? What are you guys thinking? What are you guys doing? What are you guys feeling? Video games, movies, and art. Oh, that sounds like a blessed Saturday. I love it. Amen. I just gotta say amen to that. That sounds like a beautiful Saturday. Video games, movies, and art. Arting. Since I'm not working, just getting some art. Okay, just getting some art. People love the art. It's beautiful. It's an amazing thing to get into or to get done. Art. So much fun. Gotta use the free time while I can. Yup. Gotta invest. Especially as a practicing artist. You're a training artist right now, so you're probably busy with Commss every now and then, so might as well just, when you get free time, use it to just brush up on those skills and have more to bring to the table when it's time to bring more to the table. Shit. How was that? Well, that would be fun. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to shade all that gloriously. Yup. Gotta use it. Maybe if I can lift myself up to draw or something. Damn, he's gotta lift himself up to draw? My gosh. Bomb Arts Co. Sounds tough. Man is in the trenches. I'm gonna send you some of my energy. I'm gonna send you some of my own energy, because you sound like you could use a pick-me-up. No pun intended. But yeah, I'm gonna send you some of my energy. You're gonna use that. You're gonna use that. You're gonna do what you can with that. You're gonna rub it in your pits and rub your hands together and just run it through your hair. Just get yourself some energy. I'll send you some of my energy. Use that. Pick yourself up and get back in the saddle. Dust yourself off. Like your name's Dustin. Dustin. Mentally. Alright, there's. I should probably not be drinking Monster Energy when I'm meant to be going to bed soon. Poor lifestyle choices. I thought these were things I was gonna leave behind in my bachelor life, but here I am. Hiding in my study room where my wife can't catch me, taking energy drinks. Juicing up them dreams. Oh my goodness, sorry. I should turn down the mic, but that is funny. Juicing up them dreams. When doing this layer, will this be a multiply? All your layer stuff. wish I could look at how you layer stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be a multiply layer. As you can see underneath, it's gonna look shaded. This is a multiply layer, and I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 layers of shades when it's done. Although technically I count the wrinkles and folds as well as shading layers. So that's the wrinkles. That's the scar on his cheek. So tattoos, scars, whatever, they're usually on their own layer. Wrinkles, folds, and just thicker lines or separate lines, detail lines. Yeah, they're also on their own layer. But yeah, I usually use 7 layers to shade. Yeah, it's a multiply layer, so it's kind of like darkening certain parts of this piece. So again, following our little teleprompt, the shades are this way because the light is that way. So, damn! Dummy Durs with the word bomb. I'm gonna read that for you guys dramatically as well because Dummy Durs do be the VIP of tonight. Dummy Durs, shout out to you, hats off to you. So I'm gonna read that back to you guys in the chat dramatically. I know you guys have probably seen this way before I'm gonna read it because of lag and stuff, but trust me, I saw it as soon as it popped up in front of me, but because of the lag, it's gonna be like I'm reading this like what, 5 minutes. Some of you guys have already probably read it, Dummy Dur's message, but I'm just gonna read it still dramatically because that's who I am. I don't, I gotta respect the fact that Dummy Durs took time out of his day to type that up for me. He's that guy, or they're that person. I don't want to assume. I've already done a lot of assumptions as to Dummy Durs' gender, but it is one of those things. I just did that, but it's one of those things. Anyway. Learning how to draw can be fun, but unfortunately as an artist, you are your biggest critic. You know what? I'm gonna get us a nice sentimental soundtrack that, let me see what I got here. Let me see what I got here. I think I have a really nice track that I want to listen to. I'm gonna find it. Gonna find it. Gonna find it. Gonna find it. I don't know. Wait a minute. All right. So I'm just gonna read it nice and dramatically. So there's a nice theme in the background. Just to close off the stream for today, it's like it's a moral track. It's like the moral of gotta make you think sentimentally while I read this comment from Dummy Durs. It's a chill kind of vibe to the background. So Dummy Durs says, learning how to draw can be fun, but unfortunately as an artist, you're your biggest critic. It's important to realize that your stuff will not always be perfect, and there will be mistakes. It's all about learning what works for you and such. I know that I always put myself down for my lack of inexperience on how I handle shading and lighting, but I know as I keep practicing and such, I'll get better. Yeah, try to have fun and be loose and such when harnessing your craft, but I understand that will be overwhelming and frustrating. I know I've definitely wanted to put down the pencil and quit art forever, but just know that every great artist messes up and such. And such. But yeah, that was great. That was great, Dummy Durs. You know, really powerful stuff. So like, just reiterating what Dummy Durs says. You know, just reiterating it. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. You just pick up something. You want to get better at it, but you know, sometimes life hits you. Life hits you hard. It's not the same as when you started, but you know, you just gotta tell yourself that it's not gonna get you down. You just gotta keep going. You know, there's people that you look up to, you don't see their whole lives, you don't see what they're going through. You just see them doing it. So why not just be like them? And just do it. It's one of those things where you just gotta go with the flow. You know, don't let yourself stay down too long, because life will knock you down. You just gotta rise above it. You know? And that's just what it was. So thanks, Dummy Durs, for your daily reminder that we just gotta keep it on. As a great artist once said, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's sweet of you, Omni. Brother Dom. It's great that you hit us with such profound words of wisdom. It means a lot to me, in particular. Never going to give you up, never going to let you down. That is, in fact, great words to live by. Those are, in fact, great words to live by. Did we just get rickrolled? No, I would never. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. But yeah, just don't give up. Don't let yourself down. I would. Yeah, but Ezra is already. He's already got that rap for mischief. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Ezra rickrolled the lot of us. He's got that tendency. He's got that look in his eye. He's got that energy in his eyes. Like that savage rickroll energy. posture check. Ooh, you know what? I got something to say to you guys. Ever since my wife, I'm married now, by the way, so I do have a wife, in case anyone was wondering. But ever since my wife hooked me up with a new chair, my posture has never been better. It's never been better. So now, whenever people redeem posture check, it's a chance. I take that as a chance to just appreciate my wife, I'm married, for getting me this new chair. You know, my back is like so great ever since I got it. You know, it's been great for me. So that's, you know, shout out to my wife, I'm married, for the chair. Yeah, so thanks for the posture check. I appreciate it. I'm doing better than ever with my posture. So that's good. That's good. Thank you, Ezra. Good man. Good man. How long does it usually take you to draw? You know what? I actually now measure how long it takes me to work. I take record of it now, so it's something I can easily check. So I'm gonna just head on over and check. So what have we here? So let me go to, when's the last 100% I got? September. So on average, it looks like it takes me 12 hours to finish a piece. That is considering some pieces take me, the lowest amount of time was 5.88 hours. So that's about 5 hours and a couple minutes, about 6 hours. And the most time I spent here was the 40 hours. So it can be as low as 5 hours thereabout, and as high as 40 hours thereabout. So it just depends on what I'm drawing. Talking about how long does it take you to draw is like asking someone how long does it take you to cook. How long does it take you to cook, bruh? You cook a lot of shit. How long does it take you to cook? Depends. What am I frying an egg? Or am I making a 3-course meal? Like, it depends, honestly, on what I'm doing. You know, it's a very funny question. It's a question that I've been asked so many times, and it never ceases to make me laugh. Dummy Durs is heading out. Aw, thank you so much for coming through. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Take care, Daff, and everyone else. Look at that. The legend steps out. Let's just hail him with a wall of hype. With a wall of hype. Dummy Durs. Cooking now. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you, man. You take care of yourself. At some point, I gotta remember to recommission you. Ooh, that legendary link up. That legendary link up. You know, we do be making beautiful pieces, Ezra. You know, like, our pieces do tend to be more on the beautiful side. Like, you know, when I do think about when we get in the lab together, I know I've always had a sense of, what's the word I'm looking for, pride, and the fact that our comms are more, our projects are more, you know, like eye-catching in terms of beauty-wise. Like the one with the, you know, not the monastery. The word I'm looking for is, anyway, the one of the dojo in the mountains. I like that one. And of course, the one with the in the forest in front of the cave. That one was kind of pretty poetic as well. I like the duality of the dark forces emanating from the mask, but the soft and general, not soft, but the general ambience of the forest nature-y setting. We have the 2 planned, although I'll be adding a 3rd to it. Rag. Literally came at the last minute of the stream, because we do be at the 2-hour mark. And as you might imagine, that does mean we are at the end of the stream. We do be at the end of the stream for today, and as such, we do gotta wrap it up. We do gotta wrap it up. Raro, Raggy. Trey, I do feel, you know, it's unfortunate that we just link up at the most unfortunate times that you and the stream of streams. It's definitely the stream of nightmares for Trey. He tries to make it, but yeah, Twitch just kind of dicks him over sometimes, and I do get it. Because as you may have noticed, some of our regulars aren't here either today. We got new regulars, I hope, in the stream today, especially Dummy Durs with the heat. Did you stream it today? I mean, I wouldn't have messaged you if I didn't stream it. I did bump you, poke you, because I knew I was streaming. I was literally even streaming it at the moment that I poked you. I was literally just opening up the canvas and just working on it a bit. But it's okay. It's okay. It happens. Bro was feeding. You can count on Dom to like rub it in. Look at that. Hey, bro was feeding the class today. You missed a meal, bro. He was feeding the class today. Look at that. He's like proper rubbing your face in it. It wasn't that good. I mean, it was great. One of the best streams ever. I'm not saying it was one of the best streams we've had in a while. I'm not saying it was, you know, phenomenal or an amazing stream or whatever. I'm not saying that probably never see a stream like it again on this channel. That's not at all what I'm saying. But you did miss it. That's all I'm saying. You missed the stream. Because we're at the tail end. And Dummy Durs was handing out gift subs like they were like pocket watches. Not that I know anyone to hand out pocket watches specifically, but like he was really nice with them. The sub bomb he hit us with. The sub bomb. Got himself a free emote because of that. It's not free. I mean, I guess you have to be sub to use it. But it's one of those things. Okay, we got ourselves to a nice fluid level here. So I'm gonna get this also screen grabbed. Caught me while I was at work. I was handing them out like they were fruit by the foot. He got it. He's got it. So again, I did promise to do one last thing. before I left. And that was to show the commission I said I'm working on that's taking a bit of time, but not totally. And it's one I'm doing for the brother Nandy. Yeah, so it's just 2 characters, like I always say, like I was saying before. You know, just the 2 characters, but they're meant to be like super detailed. So like, this is Latosa, this is Nandy's character. Oh, it's a commission for Nandy, brother Nandy, the Nandy one, the dandy one. And you know, it's super detailed. This is just the, you know, first level of detail. I'm gonna have to add some more moisture in the air. There's some they've worked out, so there's a bit of sweat involved. So I gotta make time out to get that in there as well. If I see Cosmica, that's her name, Cosmica. Don't forget, there's a difference. This is Cosmica, who I've drawn before in all her transformations. And the DJ's Latosa. So, like I said before, it's just 2 characters, but like it's an amazing level of detail I gotta put into them. So they got me there. But yeah, it do be the end of the stream, so I do gotta say thank you guys for stopping by. Nava just jumped in at the end of the DAF stream. It's unfortunate, I have to admit, but that's how it is. So today, I'm feeling like a raid is worth doing. I want to raid Young Khan. He's awesome. One of my inspirations to art in general. He does good stuff.